Okay, so the first thing we do is get a nice hot pan. And this is my pan-roasted lobster, summer variation. Usually we do it with chervil and chives and a little bourbon. This is a little one that I do in the summertime with tomatoes and fresh herbs. So I've taken a little bit of oil. You can use a low-grade olive oil. You don't want to use extra virgin because it'll burn. You really want it hot. You could use peanut oil if you don't have an allergy, or canola oil. And I'm going to start by adding the claws into that hot oil. And the claws take the longest to cook, so we start those first. And you do want that high heat like that. Okay, so we gave those claws a head start, and now I'm going to add the sections of body. And the tail. The tail will cook the fastest. So, and then as it's searing, I just move the shells around to make sure they get seared evenly on all sides. And what happens is the flavor of the shells, which has a lot of flavor, kind of goes into the oil at the same time the oil is searing. At the same time the oil is searing the lobster, it's also flavoring the lobster. And I call this the pan roast. And the beauty of this dish is every part of the lobster stays in the dish. It becomes part of the sauce. And right now, I have the shell side down, extracting that flavor. And then, once everything turns red, I turn it up. And at this point, I have two options. I can go into a hot oven or under a broiler. And since we're in the restaurant, I have a salamander here. I'm going to go under the salamander. At home, you would set up the shelf about 2/3 of the way up, and again, broiler on high heat or the oven on 500 degrees. Now, before I do that, I'm adding the tamale and the roe, which I just mixed it up a little bit, and I'm adding that to the bottom of the pan. And that's going to cook while this is broiling. And in that goes under the broiler. Now you can see where it's all the meat, all the shells are red, and you can even see it starting to get a little blackened, and that's fine. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So at this point, I'm going to add some wine, just a little bit of wine, and that's going to help finish the cooking. And now I'm going to add this fresh tomatoes. Just about ready to go. And so at this point, I'm going to add some butter, and I'm going to stir that butter into the sauce. I can even just turn off the heat and just let that butter emulsify. And see that beautiful sauce. And the very last minute, the fresh basil. Doesn't that look good? And that is my pan-roasted lobster with tomatoes and fresh herbs.